Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. We want to present our scientific inquiry research report. This is our group mate.
Okay, so far the first literature review is the government factors that support urbanization. One of the primary reasons for urbanization is an increase in population in a certain country. Natural urban population growth, rural to urban migration, and reclassification of previously rural regions are all factors that contribute to urban population growth. Together with the urbanization trend that has occurred in several countries, such as Thailand, Indonesia, and Malaysia, the natural increase of the city population usually reduces dramatically. Urbanization is also influenced by economic factors, and it may be seen as a natural process by which businesses and individuals minimize transit and commuter costs while expanding options for employment, education, housing, and transportation. Next point is the ways urbanization led to climate change. Rebecca 2017 stated that rural to urban migration frequently leads to overpopulation, pollution, and inadequate sanitation, all of which are harmful to the environment. Unfortunately, pulling people out of poverty and into more developed countries often comes at the expense of the local ecology. It has the potential to have harmful environmental consequences if not regulated by appropriate and sustainable rules. And the last point is the cons of massive urban development such as greater deforestation, habitat damage, and carbon emissions. According to the ASEAN Biodiversity Outlook report by the ASEAN Center for Biodiversity Philippines, if environmental destruction continues, biological diversity in Philippines, Indonesia, and Malaysia will be eroded by 2100, with the region poised to lose 70 to 90% of habitat and 13 to 42% of species in another 83 years. On the other hand, rapid urbanization is a related but less discussed concern in Malaysia to climate change. Urbanization causes the urban heat island effect (UHI), which causes scorching temperatures, particularly during the summer months, notably in Kuala Lumpur. Urbanization also contributes to poor air quality, haze, and pollution in cities.
Next, I'm going to present about our problem statement. During the previous decade, Malaysia's urban population has expanded from roughly 66% in 2004 to 74% in 2014, making it one of the most urbanized nations in East Asia and one of the most quickly urbanizing areas across the globe. On the other hand, climate change has emerged as a critical issue during the last several decades, making nations and people everywhere more susceptible to its effects. This is because growing urbanization has the potential to alter the climate patterns in the surrounding region, and Malaysia is already suffering its effects since the rapid urbanization that is happening in Malaysia is causing impacts on climate change. Hence, a survey is being conducted among students at University Technology Petronas UTP to gauge their depth of awareness on this issue. This research will assess the degree of knowledge among UTP students on the factors leading to urbanization and how urbanization contributes to climate change. At the same time, we are able to develop awareness among UTP students about the significance of regulated and sustainable urbanization in relation to climate change. According to our proposed research project, we have come up with two research questions. What are the factors leading to urbanization? Is the primary research question. How does urbanization lead to climate change? Is the second research question under investigation. In addition, we have formulated two objectives for the study based on our research project, both of which are connected to our research questions. The objectives are to identify the factors that lead up to climate change and to study how urbanization leads to climate change. On the basis of these research questions and objectives, We have devised a questionnaire with the 10 inquiry questions, 5 for each study aim, to be answered by our respondents who are students from University Technology Petronas UTP. In addition, we have generated hypotheses based on our literature reviews. Our premise for this investigation is that there are factors that contribute to urbanization, and that urbanization exacerbates the consequences of climate change. Please be aware that our hypothesis is also founded on our study questions and objectives.
This is the significance of study for our group. The purpose of this study is to investigate the causes of urbanization and how urbanization contributes to climate change. This study illustrates the amount of awareness and information University Technology Petronas students have about the link between urbanization and climate change, as well as how urbanization may contribute to climate change. Taken from United Nations 2020, if constructed well, urbanization has the potential to lessen the effect of poverty and inequality by raising living standards and expanding access to services like healthcare and education. But when poorly constructed, urbanization may lead to congregation, greater crime rates, pollution, rising levels of inequality, and social isolation. MOOC 2021 stated that a study of climate change will help us to appreciate why global temperatures continue to increase, how climate change impacts us, and how we may solve this problem before it worsens substantially. Research on urbanization and climate change compels us to consider imaginatively how to adapt to and counteract the impacts of urbanization on climate change. The purpose of this study is to increase the public awareness of the harmful effects of climate changes in Malaysia, so that more may be done in the future to mitigate them.
For the research methodology, we use quantitative method targeted towards the Malaysian citizen, mainly students from University Technology Petronas. To reach the objective of our research, 30 participants of varying living backgrounds were asked to fill the survey to avoid our research from being biased. The survey is conducted as a tool of collecting information for the study. The questionnaire, which is in the type of Google form, is used. After the survey has been carried out, all of the data collected from the survey were extracted and analyzed one by one. By analyzing the data from the survey completed by the participants, it helped us to understand and reach our objective of our research.
From the 30 students who filled in the survey form, a total of 16 students identified themselves as a man, and another 40 students answered the survey as a woman, which makes the majority student who answered the survey is a male with 53.3%. Most respondents are aged between 20 to 22 years old, with a total of 19 students who are within the age range. Also, 4 respondents are younger than 20 years old, and a total of 7 students are aged more than 22 years old. Moreover, between those 30 respondents, 70% of them are currently still studying in bachelor's degree level, which is equivalent to 21 students. Meanwhile, other 9 students are equally students from foundation studies, master's, and PhD level of studies. Besides, majority of the respondents are students from Petroleum Engineering Department, with a total of 9 students from this department. Other 21 students are randomly distributed from other departments, which are from Computer Science, Applied Science, Geoscience, Chemical Engineering, Mechanical Engineering, and many more.
Assalamualaikum. I am An Izakon and I will present the discussion part for question 1, 2, and 3. The first question is asking the opinion of the respondent by saying, I believe the increase in population is one of the key causes to urbanization. The majority of the respondents will agree and strongly agree. Aaron 2022 said that over the last 10 years, the urban population in Malaysia has increased from around 66% in 2004 to 74% in 2014. This growth is expected to continue as people from rural areas migrate to urban areas due to economy and employment continuing to shift from agriculture to industry and services. Overpopulation can cause a lot of problems if not being treated, such as food shortages, unemployment, homelessness, and noise pollution. To overcome the problem, the government will issue a project to make the city bigger. As we know, the bigger is better. This will drive the urbanization to be faster as it's very important for the city to grow. The second question is, I acknowledge the Industrial Revolution which resulted in urbanization. The majority of the respondents agree with the statement. As we know, industrial revolution is the change in technology from a basic technology to machineries. This will introduce new lifestyle and working environment. The introduction of a new technology will also provide more service, such as transportation and construction. With better transportation, the exploration of new areas can be one quicker, which will lead to more land and to be salvaged. More construction will happen, thus leading to urbanization. Next, the third question said that I admit that commercialization, commerce and trade plays a significant part in urbanization. Most of the respondents agree with the statement. However, some did disagree. Commercialization would bring forth new products and services into the market. This will cause the country economy to bloom. With increasing economy, the country will have enough money or resource to grow the country by constructing more buildings to be used as the company's office. Trading with another country will also be possible and exchange in technology will also happen. This will also make urbanization to go even faster and thriving.
Hello, my name is Fakro Amin and I will continue the discussion. Question 4, which is people assent that one of the goal of urbanization is to create job opportunities. According to the poll result, 23.3% of individuals have neutral mindset about whether the purpose of urbanization is to generate work possibilities, while 30% agree and 46.7% strongly agree on the statement of the question. The neutral reply neither agree nor disagree with the statement. This demonstrates that not everyone is aware that one purpose of urbanization is to generate work possibilities. Cities emerge as rural regions transform into urbanization as communities grow more fertile and richer because of mineral discoveries, resource exploitation, or agricultural operations. Productivity growth contributes to economic growth and higher value-add job prospects. Services and industries created by urbanization will expand higher value-add jobs, resulting in additional job possibilities. Aside from that, we asked respondents their thought on modernization as one of the key purposes of urbanization. According to the study result, 20% of respondents are neutral, 33.3% are agree, and 46.7% are strongly agree with the statement. 10% of respondents who answer neutrally may be unable to see a link between modernization and urbanization. The remaining respondents who agree with the statement must have realized that modernization is the major purpose of urbanization. The process of urbanization is accelerating because of industrial growth. Urbanization causes social and cultural change in community life, which are also associated with modernization. Modernization plays an especially vital role in the process of urbanization.
I am Muhammad Nazmi Nuruddin and I will present discussion for question number 6, 7 and 8. For the first question, most of the respondents has chosen the strongly agree and agree choice as a sign that they agree that deforestation caused by urbanization is dangerous as it will lead to climate change. From a research, it was said that 16% of forest cover in Perak and more than 9% of forest cover in Kedah have disappeared within these 29 years as a result of anthropogenic activities. The government should establish more protected areas around Malaysia as an excellent approach to prevent unauthorized tree cutting, while simultaneously maintaining Malaysia's air quality index as low as possible. Additionally, stricter regulations on excessive logging are required in order to tackle this problem. For the next question, most of the respondents agree and strongly agree that high demand in natural resources from urbanization is causing climate change. Jalil 2010 said in his article that it is crucial to understand the notion of sustainable development, which is defined as development that satisfies current demands without compromising the ability of future generations to fulfill their own needs. A developing country should know how to balance their use of natural resources parallel with the growth of their own country well-being from time to time. Besides that, fossil fuel burning used in cars, industrial activities, and heat island phenomenon are also some of the catalysts towards climate change coming from the use of natural resources. Next, 70% of the respondents agreed and strongly agreed that temperature in urbanization area is increasing frequently. Based on a study, due to urbanization and shifting urban tendencies, 5 Malaysian cities, including Ipoh, Johor Bahru, and Georgetown, experienced temperature increase about 5 degrees Celsius in the past few decades. Temperature rising may be caused of heat island and lack of carbon sinks like forests. Structures like buildings, roads, and other infrastructures absorb and reflect solar heat, which will increase city temperature simultaneously. Other than that, in the urban setting, buildings, industrial facilities, vehicles, and also air conditioners are emitting heat to the surrounding. These anthropogenic or human-generated waste heat sources may have an impact on the temperature rise at urbanization areas.
The ninth question from the survey is, I agree that most pollution occurs from urbanization area. Based on a journal written by Young that is published in 2019, he stated that larger cities have a higher level of environmental pollution compared to the environmental pollution in medium city. Larger cities is the place where the major economic and social interaction happens, including population, industry, and technology are concentrated, which cause the less proper chemical waste management. Because of the excessive waste from all of the fields mentioned. This factor cause the environmental pollution is higher in more urbanized area and also meant that less urbanized area or rural area has less pollution. From the survey, majority respondents, which is around 70% respondent agrees that urban area produce more pollution. 26% of respondents answered neutral and 3.3% respondents disagree, which might neutral because lack of experience in rural or urban area, which makes them unaware about this fact. However, knowing that majority respondent unaware about this means that students are aware knowing that majority respondent agree. The 10th question is to identify whether respondent acknowledge that rural to urban migration, which lead to overpopulation, pollution, and inadequate sanitation is harmful to environment. Rural to urban migration will cause overpopulation in urban area and will cause deforestation to happen to feed more people. Deforestation could lead to more emission of carbon dioxide gas, which pollute the air, and will cause lack of fresh water because of higher demand of fresh water. This will cause inadequate sanitation to emission of carbon dioxide based on the survey, which pollute the air, a total of and will cause 76% of respondents agrees higher demand of fresh water, and 23% this will cause inadequate sanitation with majority of respondents based on the survey. It is safe to assume that respondents are aware that rural to urban migration and can negatively impact naturally to the statement. With majority of respondents agreed, it is safe to assume that respondents are aware that rural to urban migration can negatively impact the environment. Based on a journal written.
Lastly, for conclusion, what I want to conclude is uncontrolled urbanization, such as extreme deforestation, the release of CO2 and greenhouse gas at high rate, and the use of aerosol will contribute to climate change. I have argued that a clear green plan must be introduced and implemented to avoid bigger problems in the future. There are few things that we recommend to do. First is use bicycle or walk, use electric car, banning polluting activities, improve public transport system, and to achieve suitable the sustainable urban area, everyone need to work together to achieve that. That's all from our group. Thank you.